Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hello, like, subscribe. Um, I got a quick video for y'all. I want to discuss a little hoop. And the name of this video, I'm gonna tell you the name. I'm gonna tell you the title of the video because that's what I want to do. I'm gonna tell you the title of this motherfucker is how many coaches have to die for LeBron and Durant to stay fly? God damn. God damn, buddy. So, Frank Vogel gets fired. 1 year. 1 year. Was it 1 year? I think it was just 1 year. No, 2 years. 2 years. I'm sorry. They got bapped up last year. Darvin Ham. 2 years as the coach. Who was the coach before that? Frank Vogel. Niggas is getting picked up and fired left and right every 2 years, right? So let's start off with LeBron and the Lakers, right? So LeBron obviously has a history of this. We're gonna start off in Miami. It is well known that he wanted Miami to get rid of Spoelstra. I mean, this is just a fact. Pat Riley wasn't biting on it. We can say, well, I don't want to debate that. Spoelstra's is a good coach. They haven't been back to the promised land, or they haven't won anything in the promised land. They've been back. But Spoelstra's a great coach. So I won't say that, whether LeBron's choice was a good or bad one. At the time, we don't know. But I'm sure Miami would have been spiraling out of control had they not had a stable head coach like Spoelstra. So I don't want to debate that. But they didn't really get a Spoelstra. So LeBron bounced and went back to Cleveland. Fucking Cleveland. Cleveland. I sound like fucking Beaver Cleaver. Had just picked up a new coach called David Black, named David Black, because they was about to kind of redo everything they was doing. It was a start of a new season, a start of a new franchise, and the way they were going to do everything. And they had young Kyrie, and from what I've read on the internet, there was a couple of stars or superstars that wanted to play with Kyrie that they maybe could have gotten. For instance, it was thrown out there that Gordon Hayward wanted to play with Kyrie. It was thrown out there that, was it Bradley Beal? It wasn't Bradley Beal. That was too long ago. But it was a couple guys that wanted to play. But when Cleveland found out that LeBron wanted to come back, they dropped everything and they brought LeBron on back, which is what you do. That's how they get their championship, which is what you do. The first year LeBron comes back, David Blatt is the coach. They go to the finals and lose to the Warriors, the team that they will eventually lose 2 more championships to coming very soon. They lost Kevin Love, he was through injury, and they lost Kyrie Irving through injury in that first year. In David Blatt's first year, they go to the finals. David Blatt gets fired after the first year and gets sent back to, I don't know, maybe he's competing for the fucking Elden Ring right now, but I haven't seen him since. And that was 2015. Quick backstory. David Blatt is the most winningest coach in like European basketball history. So this nigga is the Phil Jackson of Europe. He comes here one time and either never wants to come back again or never gets a chance to come back. Imagine that. We're having a cycle of the same coaches getting hired and fired, and the most winningest coach in European basketball history. However you want to count that, I count it because nigga, being number one is being number one. And he's only here 1 year. Frank Vogel, again, he's been hired and fired. Darvin Ham just got fired. Mike Budenholzer is supposed to be the lead candidate for Phoenix. He just got fired 2 years ago. Doc Rivers got fired last year and got hired the this year. You see what I'm saying? It's the same niggas. So David Black gets fired. Tyronn Lue comes in. Tyronn Lue comes in. They win a championship the next year. They lose another couple championships, etc., etc. This is how it goes. LeBron bounces. Goes to the Lakers. Who was the Lakers coach before LeBron got there? Who was that the first year? Was it Luke Walton? I think it was Luke Walton was the coach the year before that. Luke Walton gets chopped up, gets fired, of course. Uh, trash. Luke Walton gets fired. Rumored that LeBron wanted to bring in his own coach, which was Jason Kidd. The Lakers said no, we control this part, so they brought in Frank Vogel. So you had two guys. One is a head coach for the Dallas Mavericks, who would have been the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers had he not jumped at the opportunity to be the coach of the Mavericks. The Lakers win the finals with Frank Vogel. Half a season. Everybody's healthy. Bubble. Asterisk. I just want to throw that in. I'm a hater. I just want to throw that asterisk in. I'm a real hater. Frank Vogel gets fired the next year. Darvin Ham comes in. Darvin Ham is now gone. Graveyard. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant leaves the Golden State Warriors. On his way out, Kevin Durant criticized Steve Kerr's coaching and some other things. Kevin Durant, along with Kyrie Irving, goes to the Brooklyn Nets. The coach there was, I thought I had it. Was it Sean Marks? Or is that the GM? Is that the GM? Who's the coach? Was he the coach? They had a coach. It wasn't Sean Marks. That's the GM. Let me see. Nets coach fired. I'm gonna look this up live and direct. Hold up. Nets coach fired. It wasn't Jacques Vaughn. He the last one they got fired. Anyway, one coach gets fired. Let me see. I gotta figure this out. Nets coach in history. Let's hit the Googles. List of the Brooklyn Nets coaches. What's this nigga name? Kenny Atkinson. I'm sorry, it was Kenny Atkinson. So Kenny Atkinson gets fired. Jacques Vaughn becomes the interim. Kyrie and KD get there, and they make Steve Nash the coach. Previously, Steve Nash was working. How's my phone ringing? Steve Nash is working as a PR guy, as a talent scout for the Warriors at this time. He's in that Jerry West role for the Warriors. They bring in Steve Nash. Kyrie acts a fool. And not only did they bring in Steve Nash, they convinced Brooklyn to trade everything they had to get James Harden. So they still won't have their picks for another like 3 years to get James Harden, to bring James Harden for the Rockets. So not only did you fire your coach to bring us in, you gave up all your draft picks for 5 years, first rounders, to bring us in. They get Steve Nash fired. Steve Nash gets fired. Jacques Vaughn takes that spot as a coach. James Harden leaves. They get Ben Simmons, who is equal to nothing. So not only Did you possibly make the Nets own the books? I want to talk about the Nets real quick. The Nets own the books for having maybe 3 of the 5 worst trades in NBA history. The first one is the trade to get KG and Paul Pierce for some first rounders. Those first rounders turned out to be Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. The second trade would be to bring Harden in for 5-6 years worth of picks. And he was there 2 years. And then you trade him to get Ben Simmons, who ain't play at all. He probably played 40 games in 3 years. Maybe. So, left to their own devices, they already fucking terrible. You added Kyrie and KD, who are just living their life. It don't even matter what happened to the Brooklyn Nets. They just the graveyard. KD goes to Phoenix, where Monty Williams is at. You can think whatever you think about the job Monty Williams is doing in Detroit, but Phoenix just went to the fucking finals with Monty Williams and Chris Paul. Monty Williams gets fired after going to the playoffs every year. He was only there fucking 3 years. He wasn't even there that long. Yeah, he was there like 2-3 years. How long was Monty? He was there like 2-3 years. They want to have a whole new regime, so Monty Williams gets fired. KD comes in. They hire Frank Vogel. He gets hired again. After 2 years of them choking, Frank Vogel gets fired. Another graveyard. This is like, how many coaches have to die for LeBron and Kevin Durant to remain fly? God damn. Like and subscribe to the video, man. This is crazy.